Hi everybody. Hope you all had a happy weekend. So now we are going to a new topic. The topic has already been discussed last week in our webinar session. The webinar section of our website, we had a special segment. That segment was case analysis, and we are giving specific priority to this because you are all planning to get uh, jobs and you are planning to get promoted as like managers and all those. So as a manager, you should be very thorough with case analysis. Last time when Shamim was taking class, he has explained everything about how to analyze a case. So today we are going to learn more about case analysis, how to analyze the case. Already I know you had introduction from him. Now you are or we are going to say explore more into cases. As we discussed last time, managers must be thorough with case analysis. What's a case analysis? Why it's very important for managers? Because in your organization, you will be facing so many issues every day. These issues, as a manager, it's your responsibility to solve such kind of issues. You should be capable enough to solve such problems. Otherwise, your position as the manager is invalid or it's useless. So, as a manager, you should be able to solve issues. For solving issues in the future as managers, right now you're students, so you learn from somebody else's experiences. That's why we have case studies for management students. Infinity Ventures gives specific importance to our case studies because understanding and analyzing cases makes you capable enough to solve your own organizational issues. So last time we had a discussion, and for solving the cases, you should know what are the symptoms you are seeing in a case. So symptom means it's not the problem. Symptom. A symptom is nothing but it's just an indication, that there is something wrong with the organization. For example, your day-to-day life. If I take the example of your day-to-day life, say one day you are seeing, uh, white fog in front of your house. So that is actually a problem for you, but that is caused by something else. Why the white fog is coming into your house, in front of your house? That's happening only in front of your house. So you are checking. So similarly, in an organization, there are some symptoms. What is the real reason for these symptoms? You have to really find out. Last time we had this discussion about employee strike. So strike, that is a problem for you, but actually that problem is caused by something else. Why the problem has happened? You're understanding all the issues. You're understanding what are all the problems that cause this bigger problem. What's the problem? The problem is strike. What caused it? That you have to find out. That is the root problem. We call it as the root problem. Understanding the real reason behind the symptom, that is called the root problem. For example, the strike is a symptom. An organization, a strike is happening, that is a symptom. That symptom is caused by something else. That is the root problem. Say that is because employees are not happy with uh, one recent bonus announcement. So that is one input you are getting from your subordinates. Subordinates are telling you, say recently we have given them a bonus, but the bonus is not sufficient. Employees are not happy with that. So that is one input. So that can be a problem. Second, recently you laid off one employee. You are not happy with one employee, so you laid him off. That can be another reason. So that is another input you are getting. And third, you are getting another information that your employee unions are not very happy with you. They have some problem with you. So these three problems are there. So what caused it? You have to really find out. So employees are agitated. Now they are going for a strike. So you go have got three main reasons for it. It can either of because of these three problems actually uh, your organization employees are not very happy with you. So what are all the problems? First of all, what are the three root problems you understood? One, the bonus you have given is not sufficient. Two, you recently laid off somebody. Three, what is the problem? The employee unions are not happy with you. So from this, as a manager, you are responsible for identifying the root cause, the real problem that is agitating the employees, and you have to find out the solutions, and you have to implement the best solution so that the cost of implementation is also less. At the same time, the problem is solved. So as we discussed last time, what are the steps in solving the cases? First of all, you have to find out the symptoms. Second, you have to identify the root problem. Third, you have to identify the alternatives to solve the problem and select the best alternative, then implement. Out of all these steps, the most important is identifying the root problem. I'll tell you the last example itself. Just let us take the last example. The example we discussed, there are three issues that is actually in front of you. One is the bonus. Two, you laid off somebody. Three, the unions are not happy. Suppose you identified the bonus as the issue and you increase the bonus. Still, if that is not the real problem, that is not the real thing that is actually causing this agitation, employees will not be happy again. What will happen next? They will again go for strike. So, if the real problem is something else, you have to solve that problem only. Okay? So, as a manager, you should not be impulsive. You have to really look into it. You have to find out. You have to discuss with so many people, and you have to find out the best alternative, and you have to implement the alternative. So, as we discussed last time, just moments before, there is a clear definition, there is a clear difference between a symptom and a problem. The classic case of your body temperature, when some sort of a microbe comes inside your body, the body temperature really goes up. The body temperature is going up. That is some sort of a symptom. It is not your disease. What is the real disease? The disease really is some sort of a microbe is inside you. That microbe is disturbing your body. And body, what it is doing? To protect you from that microbe, the body is showing some sort of actually defensive mechanism. That defensive mechanism is called fever. Or you call it as temperature is going up, something is wrong. Temperature itself is not the disease. The disease is the microbe. So temperature is a symptom and the disease is caused by the microbe. And you have to identify the disease. What microbe is really happening, the problem. If you are not finding out the real microbe, or if you are not finding out the real reason why the temperature is going up, your body will be in trouble. So, similarly, an organization also, you have to find out the real problem and you have to try to solve the problem. Now, for understanding the difference between the symptom and the problem, we are going to have the classic case of Tata Motors. As a matter of fact, before you really practice case studies, we are planning to give you some video lectures on case studies so that you will be accustomed with solving cases. Later on, we will give you handbooks of case studies. Right now, you have video sessions on case studies. So, Tata Motors, you must have heard the name. Till 1990s, Tatas were into commercial vehicle manufacturing segment alone. What is commercial vehicle manufacturing segment? You are going into manufacturing of lorries, you are going into manufacturing of trucks, you are going into manufacturing of buses. That's it. You are not into car manufacturing. Tata, no, Tata says Tatas were not into car manufacturing. What happened in early 90s? Tata's entered the business, and Ratan Tata, he entered the business, and he really wanted to diversify the passenger car segment, diversify into the passenger car segment. So the passenger car segment that time in India, it was very ill developed. We were having still the Maruti Suzuki, that 800 model. Then that was the favorite car of Indians that time. Then Premier Padmini, this that, and also there were no much competition that time. Tata's thought, okay, they have to fight with Maruti Suzuki. They are the market leader. So let me introduce some model that is actually better than Maruti 800. And he thought that will be the right business model for his business, car business. And he introduced the Indica. So the Indica and Indigo were introduced after that. First of all, the Indica was designed to compete with Maruti. Indica was very famous because that was the first indigenous car manufactured in India. And after manufacturing Indica, the world's perception about Indian manufacturing segment itself got changed drastically. 1998 Auto Expo itself, he introduced the first indigenous car. However, the sales didn't plan as Tata's planned. Sales didn't go as Tata's planned. Especially because in 1997, Hyundai, they entered Indian markets, and that changed the perception of Indian people. Hyundai's Sandro car, it was a perfect competitor for Tata's Indica as well as Maruti's 800. Hyundai slowly came into the minds of the people, and Tata's was in real trouble because he was not able to increase the sales of his cars. So the sales are not increasing. Tata's were really worried. He was thinking why sales are not increasing. Now he has a problem because Tatas are considered as a truck manufacturer, because till then they are into trucks. People are not ready to accept their cars. How to increase the sales? So this is the case study. Now we have to go for analyzing the case. So what may be the real reason behind Tata's failure that time? Why the car sales are not increasing? Now it is your time. You can think over this case. This case actually we don't want to give it as a case study itself in pages. You have to read it. You have to understand it. Since you are like new into it, it will be tough. So we thought we will give it as a video lecture. Now, we just go through the case once again and let us know what is the real problem in this, what are all the symptoms. So solving the cases, first is you have to find out the symptom, then you have to find out the problem. So all of you, please note down what is the real symptom in it and what may be the real problem. You can see many problems, but most importantly, find out the symptom. After that, find out the real problem. Okay? The problem is in this case itself. We have given it like very openly. We have discussed the real problem as well as symptom for you to better understand it. All cases will not be that easy. just like this. But what I suggest is go through the case, try to find out right now this case. If you are able to solve, then you will be able to solve other cases as well. So solution, first step is find out the symptom, let us know what the symptoms are, and find out the real problem. So these two are your assignments. Do it by today evening itself. We will discuss the case in detail by tomorrow. Thank you so much.